Welcome back to Marriage Truth Bomb Moment with Rachel from Turnaround Marriage. If you haven't met me before, I am Rachel Laurie, co-founder of Turnaround Marriage, and my husband and I, we show married Christians how to go from crisis to closeness quickly. We use two powerful tools. We use the power of biblical wisdom and applied neuroscience. It's a fancy way of saying changing how we think and feel. Today's Truth Bomb Moment is I want to talk about the worst ways to bring up tough conversations with your spouse. When it's time to have a hard conversation with your spouse, so often we as wives, we go in strong. We go in wanting to share our feelings, wanting to share our thoughts, wanting to go into a whole long story, talk about the thing that happened to our husband as if they are our girlfriend, right? They don't have a lot of words. They don't have a lot of bandwidth. And so when we come in strong, hot and heavy, wanting to prove our point and wanting to feel heard and understood and seen and loved and safe in that moment, often it can be very off-putting simply by the way that we're starting the conversation. So what are some of the worst ways to start a conversation? Well, how about this one? We need to talk. How many times have you heard that statement and you're like, what's going to happen? What are you going to bring up now? What did I do wrong? I'm in trouble. Like all those things that come up, probably for a lot of us, it brings us right back to our childhood when we were in trouble. And that's a terrible way to bring up a hard conversation with your spouse. Another terrible way is, I'm super frustrated with you. I'm super frustrated when you don't take the trash out, or when you don't call when you're coming home, or when you come home and you just drop all your stuff and you don't help me with the children. I'm super frustrated when you don't spend enough time. You work too much. You're not home enough. We're constantly coming at our husbands, hammering them with what they're not doing right, when what they really need is they need that safe, encouraging place. They need us to start up a little more gently. Another terrible way to start a hard conversation is you never or you always. You always work so long. You never spend time with me. You never listen to me. You never hear me out. Always and never are terrible ways to start a conversation. And honestly, they're not true. It's not fair to say you never apologize. You always do this. Is that actually true? Is it true that they've never apologized? Is it true that they always are home late? So if there's part of that that isn't true, don't say always or never. All of those types of ways of starting hard conversations come off confrontational. They come off too direct. They come off as combative in a lot of ways. And so what's happening is you're not inviting connection. You're actually opening up the door to hostility and inviting conflict in. What these openers do is they really put your spouse on the defensive. They put your spouse's guard up like, wait a minute, it's time to defend myself. That's not true. I don't always do that. I don't never do that. You know, I'm trying to hear you. What are you coming at me? Why are you hammering me with all this stuff when I just got home? So here's what I love from Proverbs chapter 15, verse 1 and then verse 3. A soft answer turns away wrath, but a harsh word stirs up anger. Look at verse 4. A gentle tongue is a tree of life, but perverseness in it breaks the spirit. A gentle tongue is the way of life. How often are our tongues gentle when we approach our husband with how we're hurt or what we're feeling or thinking, or with our concerns or our ideas or our feelings? How often do we start the conversation gently? A gentle startup is a very powerful way to begin a conversation, especially when you can use honor frames. And what an honor frame is it frames what you're about to say, calling out the honorable part of your spouse. And so this is one of the things we teach our clients inside of our coaching program to help married Christians go from crisis to closeness. We teach using honor frames. Honey, I know you work so hard, and could I share something that's been on my heart lately? You never want to say but. Saying but negates everything that you just said before the and or the but, right? So I know you work really hard, or I know you've been working long hours and you're exhausted when you get home. I know you're a really good husband. I know you are really trying hard as a dad, and there's something I wanted to share about the way you handled the children last week. Could I share that with you? Right? And so starting gently and ramping up using honor frames helps to couch whatever you're going to say in a frame of mind where your husband would be much more likely to receive it. So a better way to start conversations, especially a hard conversation, is saying something like, honey, you've always been someone who cares deeply about our family. So I wanted to bring something up. I need your help with it. Could I share it? Instead of saying, you're never home, you work so much, you're constantly on your phone or your laptop. What if we had a gentle startup and we said, hey, babe, I've been missing you. Could we connect? That's way better than, can you put your phone down? Can you look at me? Can you spend time with me? Right? Or, how about this one? Hun, I know you're always discerning when you're trying to figure out how to solve a problem. I'm struggling with something. Could I get your help with it? What an honorable and gentle way to bring something to your husband's attention. And ladies, let me say, your husband will be so much more receptive to what it is you're going to share when you have that gentle startup and when you use honor frames. So try that and follow me.